How's it going, guys and girls? This is Ketchup and Mustard again, and Injustice 2 has graced us with some new video content. This is the story trailer, and basically we figured we'd do another one of our sort of live analysis breakdowns of what we see, what we think this means for the game, and a couple of other little things as well.
This is going to be a very casual take on this. We know some of you guys do enjoy our very sort of like raw, down-to-earth opinions, this kind of thing. So what we're going to do is we're going to watch this trailer with you guys at the same time. This is probably the most significant trailer the game has had so far.
Oh, without a shadow of a doubt.
It has been quite a while since we got some big news for Injustice 2. So this has been a pleasant surprise over the last couple of days. So we're going to watch this together and then analyze some bits in the trailer and link together some of the character profile biographies which are on the Injustice 2 website, and how we think the returning characters and the new characters are going to fit in what this trailer will paint to be the main story. So shall we watch this through?
Yeah, let's do it guerrilla style. You ready?
Aye.
3, 2, 1.
Peggy 16.
We're not sitting together, so we've got to do it. Old school.
Savior. Monster. Guardian. Vigilante. The preservation of life. So often, the justification for taking it. Humans, elevating those that keep guard, until they watch too close. And the so-called hero, condoning the very act he would condemn. Transgressions of the past shape actions to come. As offspring turns into adversary, yesterday's loss leads to madness. And God becomes tyrant, becomes outcast, becomes dust, as factions dissolve and form, and lust for power enslaves all. Such folly and futility in the grand design. Curious how lines once clearly defined become blurred. Perhaps it is time for them to be redrawn.
Okay, so for those that haven't watched as well, it is also confirmed that Darkseid is going to be the pre-order bonus for Injustice 2, exactly the same way I assume how Goro was the pre-order character for MKX. So what we know about this trailer is Superman does not seem to be the villain in this game. First things first, a lot of us assumed maybe the events of Injustice 1 ending with Superman being locked up and beat by the end of the game. We assumed, is he just going to break out and is he going to be the sort of be all evil again? And it really doesn't seem to be the case here.
No, definitely. This has opened up a lot of possibilities. As you guys can see, a ton of reveals. Obviously, we've got Bane returning from Injustice 1. That we can see him there pumping up the venom. Poison Ivy, Robin, maybe the Joker, people are speculating. I don't think that's too likely.
He does get wrecked right here. I just
wrecked.
caught that.
But and obviously that is Brainiac at the end of the trailer, and giving the general narration of the trailer itself. Now, how is all this going to fit in? Now we can see Supergirl as well in the cinematic trailer. Now, this is where these biographies come in that were on the Injustice 2 website. So I'm going to go quickly cut to this right now. This the
is very
characters
important.
themselves have individual biographies and descriptions, which now make a lot more sense now we've seen this trailer. So I'll let you start this off.
Okay, so for those that don't know, this is the official Injustice website. There is a section up here for characters. I'm actually going to turn my mouse on just so you can see what I'm looking at right here. This is the official section, and you've got characters up here, and every character that has been, I guess, announced so far gameplay-wise is here, with the exception of this guy, which is the Flash. The Flash is, I guess this does actually officially confirm him as a character. I know he was in the teaser trailer, he was in the announcement trailer for the game, but we haven't actually seen any gameplay, but the fact that he's in the character list does kind of confirm that to us. Now, very, very important thing to mention here. A big question some people might ask is, what universe does Batman fit under? You know,
not even just Batman, the game in general.
What universe?
Like which universe is Injustice 2 story focusing on? And going by the descriptions of not only Batman, like we're about to describe, almost every single, in fact, I think it is every single character here that has a description. This is based on the Regime universe. This is based on the Injustice universe, in which Superman was the villain for Injustice 1. So right off the bat, it seems like Injustice 2 is going to be focusing on the Regime universe completely.
Yeah, I think we can assume that when Superman was locked up, he was locked up in the Regime universe. He was not, like, transported through realities, which it kind of looked like might have happened in the first game. But almost immediately, Batman with the storyline of, even after he's been exposed to the world as Batman, Bruce Wayne keeps his vow to avenge his parents' death by fighting for justice. He refuses to execute his enemies, believing that that once he crosses the line, he's no better than the cowards he battles. Very standard description of Batman, but the key thing here is, even after he's been exposed to the world as Batman, this only happened
as Bruce Wayne,
in the Regime.
Oh yeah, as Batman. Yeah, I misread it. That's my bad.
But this only happened in the Regime universe. Let's talk about the Flash's storyline, where it says, once known as the fastest man alive, Barry Allen has hung up his boots in public shame after defecting from the Regime. However, as a new enemy threatens the innocent, the Flash returns to action, determined to redeem himself. Again, the Flash was part of Superman's regime in the first Injustice, and it's pretty much exactly the same for every character here. This means so many things, but also the wording of a new enemy. We can all pretty much confirm, this is Brainiac.
That is where I'm going to segue into Superman's description. It's quite lengthy here, so I'm going to quite summarize it. Long story short, Superman, Regime Superman is still Regime Superman. He's very much still locked up in a prison designed to keep him specifically under wraps. However, the way this is worded is... Superman now remains a permanent resident of a prison built to contain and suppress the Man of Steel, still grieving for the loss of Lois and their unborn son. Superman maintains that peace can be achieved through subjugation, but as a new threat looms, can old enemies forge new alliances? Now, with the rise of Brainiac being such a significant Superman villain, and earlier in this bio saying... when Brainiac invades, the fight is as personal for the Man of Steel as when he killed the Joker. Brainiac killed Superman's birth family in the destruction of Krypton. Now, earlier in the trailer, you would have seen Supergirl looking at what looked to be a exploding planet. Supergirl also being from Krypton, as she is the cousin of Superman. It's fair to assume that exploding planet was Krypton, and that might have been, but judging by this description, Brainiac's doing, which would mean Superman can obviously choose to ally perhaps with this regime version of Batman to take on Brainiac.
This is actually the most important sentence in Superman's description is, as a new threat looms, can old enemies forge new alliances? Now, he is the enemy of both Batman and Brainiac here. So I don't think this description fully suggests who he's going to be joining, if he chooses to join people. So there's a lot of speculation here. He could join Batman, or he could join Brainiac and become an even bigger threat than he was before, because now he's got Brainiac alongside him. Some of the lesser known characters also seem to play an important part as well. We're going to look at Gorilla Grodd's description, where it says, telepathic brute Gorilla Grodd has long sought to prove his peerless genius by subjugating mankind. He's gone so far as to form an anti-Justice League, the Society. To once and for all smash their opposition, using his intellect and telepathy, Grodd enlists others in his mission to conquer the planet and fill void of power left by Superman's regime. This, to me, sounds like, even though it were the World of Injustice regime's universe was Either if you were the regime, you were bad. If you opposed the regime, you were seen to be good. Gorilla Grodd, it kind of sounds like he doesn't fit into either of those.
No, definitely. And I almost would be inclined to think that perhaps are we going to see these straight up villainous characters like the Gorilla Grodd, like the Atrocitus? Are these going to be almost the new regime that will be siding with Brainiac in Injustice 2 story? Are we going to be seeing all the previous characters ally with each other to defeat Brainiac and have these straight up villains like the Atrocitus, like the Grodd, like the Deadshot, who apparently has an explosive device in his head that Gorilla Grodd has the detonator
I'd also
for.
like to, as you say that, interestingly, there's actually a line in the story trailer. It's actually as Bane gets revealed during his camera shot. There is a line in the trailer that says, new factions will be formed. So Gorilla Grodd, over Bane's entire, section, the line very specifically says new alliances or new factions will be formed. That could even suggest that Bane is in the game and he's actually allied with Gorilla Grodd as well.
Also, that makes sense considering if you guys remember back to Bane's Injustice 1 arcade mode ending, he upon defeating Superman, formed an alliance with Sinestro and Black Adam, and basically the three of them together, Bane, Black Adam, and Sinestro, formed this kind of almost like tyrannical government that was kind of above Superman. Now Superman was defeated, but in a twist, Bane had this other plan to do things differently. Perhaps this could be a continuation of that, and Bane went on to form this faction that now Deadshot and Gorilla Grodd might be kind of a party of.
So to break down the story, I mean, I know this probably would have been quite long already, but I really think there is some really useful information here regarding these characters, and the speculation is fantastic. I've got to say, NetherRealm do an amazing job of driving this discussion. And it's something they've done superbly for such a long time.
This trailer was straight up perfect. Like everything
sure.
about this trailer was amazing. The build up, the delivery, the music, the amount of reveals, the stuff that is yet to be seen, but we know is coming. Like they've said, there's a new stream coming on NetherRealm. It's like the Injustice, the Watchtower cast, whatever, the Watchtower stream. So there is still stuff to look forward to, and it all came from this one trailer. It's been incredible.
So ultimately, before we wrap this up, let's talk about what the story is likely to be. Superman. Injustice 2 seems to focus entirely on the regime universe. The original universe is not included here. So the outcomes of what could be in the game is based on the regime universe, which my final point. Let's talk about who died in Injustice 2 in the regime universe. So Green Arrow, dead. Lex Luthor, dead. Shazam, dead. Grundy in orbit. So we're kind of like
Grundy floating around.
Did Grundy fly back and hit the Earth like a meteor, or is he back in the game?
Point. None of those characters have been announced yet. I mean, in the way all these characters fit in, we've got Batman still very much this kind of like peacekeeper, keeping Superman in tab, Superman in prison. Supergirl apparently basically got to the party late, it seems, and hasn't really realized what's going on and is trying to free Superman. Wonder Woman in hiding until Superman can be freed. Deadshot at the will of is now at the mercy of Gorilla Grodd. Gorilla Grodd is looking to still suppress humanity and mankind. Aquaman has retreated to Atlantis after the defeat of Superman. Atrocitus is looking for revenge on Sinestro, apparently. Harley Quinn is still doing her thing. Flash looking to redeem himself. And Blue Beetle basically buddies with Batman. So all the revealed characters are currently tidied up quite nicely in what we now seem to think the trailer is. And this is exciting.
I gotta say, I do love the storyline of Atrocitus, where basically Atrocitus is currently in this game. He has traveled to post-regime Earth just to recruit people that are angry and ready to join the Red Lantern. I think that's a really
angry men.
He's going
to
mop
when
up.
You've lost a match online.
I'll get a knock from Mr. Atrocitus. I'll be like, sign me up, buddy. Screw this.
Where do I sign?
Anyway, I think that's about everything we wanted to cover. Obviously, we understand that this video ain't edited. This is raw. This is us just sitting with you guys and talking about what we think it might be. And let's get a discussion going in the comments. I know you guys are massively into your DC as well. You guys love story as much as we love a good story also. Let's chat about this. Let's talk about what we think might happen, who else we think might make it into the game. And I'm really excited to see what happens here. One thing to mention, if the Injustice Watchtower is indeed like a combat class, where every week they... Combat cast, of course. I always got those two mixed up. if it is indeed like a run through of characters, then what we're going to do is what we did before Mortal Kombat X came out. We're going to look at those streams and we are going to in-depth break down the information that we've been given and help filter some of these reveals and some of this character stuff that some people might miss. We did that a lot during Mortal Kombat X. For those of you that followed us after MK, they were some of our first, well, actually were our first MKX video content pieces, was breaking down the combat casts and just talking about what the characters had, breaking down each variation and stuff. So Injustice is going to be no different, so expect that for sure. But I think that's it from us. Thank you very much for watching this, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. And yeah, get looking at this website and checking up some of these character renders. There's some pretty good stuff here, really insightful. And if you just want to see some of the renders as well, these characters look great.
Yeah, not to mention, just especially if you're watching it alongside the trailer, do what we've done. Watch the trailer, read these descriptions, see if you can link stuff together. Maybe we've missed something. Maybe you'll pick up on it. But it's very interesting, especially if you're into the lore of the game. So we're going to be eagerly awaiting new trailers. We're going to try and do this sort of thing, especially in a bit more of an official fashion. We get this as very casual, but we're looking forward to the future. Thanks very much, guys. Hopefully you enjoy it, and we'll see you next time.
Catch you later.